If you're looking to buy cheap Rocket League items, be sure to check out today's sponsor RL.Exchange. They support all platforms, and offer a wide selection of Rocket League items to choose from, and have multiple payment options. Be sure to use code RLH at checkout for a 3% discount on your entire purchase.
Now considered more veteran status here against this Bravado squad, and it's so awesome to see these guys come out and a huge opportunity to get a tough matchup here against Renegades. CJ is going to put the first goal away.
And how fitting is that? CJ, the veteran from OCE, still looking for that first World Championship Series win. Kami's shot will get deflected wide. Fever with some space. He's got boost too. He's dangerous in this position. The block, rebound out off the backboard, dropped in again by CJ.
He means business today. CJ, 2 for 2 here in the first 45 seconds, and you can see it, James. So much pressure coming out from Renegades and defensively. Getting the job done for Bravado, and it's been tough for them to break out so far. Great fake there from CJ. How about a third? A tap over the last man, and Happy Meal can't make the save. A hat trick for CJ.
A hat trick, not even 2 minutes in. The little fake there, baiting in the defender, and then Happy Meal getting bumped as well, even on that challenge. But anyway, so much space given to Renegades. The one moment that we saw from Bravado where it seemed like they might be able to tip it, and oh, CJ!
Wow.
Posting in all 4 goals for Renegades, scored by CJ.
And these 4 goals on 5 shots. Defense a little too slow to react, and CJ will make you pay. It was CJ, he had 4 goals, but now we're sitting here tied almost halfway through game 2, and Bravado now really taking it to Renegades. You always talk about game 1 here on LAN. Well, hold on a second, CJ.
He must have heard you.
He must have heard me as he comes back for it, and Renegades up by 1.
So right now, in terms of the scoreline, it's CJ 5, Bravado 0.
And now a chance. Hold on, Happy Meal, he's got an open net, but Fever comes inside the box and makes the save, and now he's turning it back the other way. How did he go back? 2 up for Renegade.
Oh my! That save from Fever wraps around and immediately shoots it. That play was all Fever. Ball up, it barely bounced over his car. Now final second shot will be saved away. Renegades want one more, but maybe it will happen. I thought it was going to be over, but no, Fever will get one more. And Renegades, another strong performance, another shutout in game 2.
And you can see, I'm looking at the camera right now, Happy Meal, he's been talking everyone to die for, trying to flick it out. It will be Fever in a 1v1. Actually, CJ skirts across as well, and a good dunk fake from Fever. 1-0 for Renegade.
And this is just the cool, calm, collected gameplay that we're seeing from Renegades. Fever doesn't even go for it. He knows that, oh, they're going to tip this ball. I'm just going to go ruthless. Now Kami, backward pass. CJ there for the shot. Wow. Bar down, out. Still in front of net, and Fever will send it home.
And that wasn't that bad of a shot as way it looked from CJ. He had to get over Daisy, and to do so, he had to play it off the crossbar. Fever there to tap it home in the end. CJ, of course, getting a bump as well. That well, as a good challenge comes out, but no one there from Bravado. CJ wanted to flick on, but it's not going to happen. Final 10 now. This one rolling dangerously across, and Fever will get the read.
CJ had a hat trick in game 1. Now Fever, a hat trick in game 3. And there was a team, but you see Tadaifor actually ran into Daisy instead of Fever pre-jumping again, knowing that the trajectory of the ball is not going to change too much for him to take account for with the boost that he had. And another shot coming in, and it's scored. CJ overpowering Tadaifor on the goal line.
Oh, he was there on the goal line too. Tadaifor did a good job to make this save, or at least get a touch, but it just wasn't. CJ couldn't put it on target. It might have beaten Tadaifor on the back post. A couple of good looks from Bravado. They're only down by 1. They just need one to go through. It'll go through for Daisy, and Bravado finally on the board.
And that's history. The first goal at the World Championship scored by a Sub-Saharan African player.
Renegades still looking for the sweep as they're up 3-0 here in this series.
Oh, and that's a nice punch. An open net. And now the lead. Tadaifor putting Bravado ahead.
Everything is working for Bravado. All of a sudden, CJ got bounced across the field, and I think he actually ran into Fever a little bit. Tadaifor will take advantage.
Double tap denied. Bravado waiting till the final moments before they kick it into high gear.
40 seconds left. And that'll be a great touchdown from Kami. He'll put it off the crossbar and in a tie game from Renegades.
And that was a nice pass out. And that shot perfection. Far down. Quickly. Daisy, hard backward hit. CJ, it's awkward for him. Leaves it for Kami. Now Kami out to Fever. Fever double tap off the ceiling. Flip reset. Oh! Fever! Ceiling double tap. Flip reset to seal the deal. And the Renegades take down Bravado Gaming.
That was just...
Numbers advantage will be there for Senbei. A long clear and a booming one at that. A miss off the back wall. A chance of follow-up. Still centered out.
Score.
In the front of the box. Off the top bar. Follow-up will be good. And Sig gets Senbei their first goal.
Great press from Senbei. Started off with a big clear down the pitch, trying to keep Optic honest, make sure that they can't just press as much as they want in the midfield, and they're saying, we'll just...
And usually what had been free real estate in game one, now a couple of double commits from both teams, but not a clear possession on the defensive end. Senbei trying their best to clear out. Quality shot, and it floats its way through. No one putting a hand up, and Optic have tied it.
Right past the last man, diving back for the strikers here. We clear from Realize, coming above the ball, not really able to get anything on it.
Another quality attempt there, but clearly denied and quickly dumped back out. Another center has missed, was overextending into the box, and luckily found another possession for Optic. Here comes it right back up the gut, and Illusion will give Optic the lead.
And way to storm back if you're Optic Gaming. Sig trying to come across, take that ball away into the corner. Unfortunately, mishits it, ends up putting it on midfield, because if you start not thinking about where you're putting it, you're going to end up putting it right into where Optic's waiting.
And Drees playing a little bit more laterally. Great cut into the box. And Drees with a perfect shot. The saucy little salamander gets it done again.
It's not a bad idea, Sig trying to drop it down, but when you miss the touch and both your teammates are expecting...
That does feel almost like series point. There's a lot of weight now for Senbei to try to get this one back. No tactical timeouts in these opening matches. But a chance for a shot. And a great punch through. Tenhao shuts up the haters. It's 3-2.
Low Tenhao giving themselves a chance here. That's another missed touch off the backboard, and this time Mist is just trying to figure out how he's going to find a way to save this. As far as you're concerned, no adjustments to be made. You've seen both sides of the coin so far.
Well, 2 games in a row, 2 kickoffs that Optic Gaming have had at least some semblance of a possession, and Illusion sneaks it through for the opening goal.
Not fair. Tough one to handle for Senbei strikers. Drees steals the boost. The guy is missing the challenge on the backboard, and Tenhao's like, no, it's so slow. They trying to go back to what initially got them on the board in their first, in game 2, I should say, sorry. They were, what a catch. Oh my gosh, Illusion with a great reaction. Seeing a missed touch from Senbei strikers on the goal line. Says, hang on, we can actually get that. Try and throw it into this lower corner. Mist is going to come steal it.
Job being able to get those extra opportunities. But on the other side now, a couple of bumps. Trying to find that open net, a chance. That one will ring around and eventually clangs its way off the right post, falls its way in, and cuts the lead down to 1.
Nice job from Tenhao. And again, Optic, I'm surprised that they're missing all these touches off the walls and off the back of the ball, but here's missed off the ceiling, towards the wall, and unfortunately, everybody can come up empty. And maybe a transition here, that's towards the goal. Can you get there? Don't even have to. Realize we'll collect it for free.
Finally, challenges at the midfield do pay dividends as Realize puts it right on target. And Sigmatic closes the deal. You're not going to get much more of a freebie than that one. And now is the time to take the lead with a minute to go. And possession flips it towards the midfield. Sig is up with it off the backboard. A double tap certainly will be good. And Sig gives Senbei the lead.
And they're popping off every time they score. Letting everyone know that they're happy with it. That's a great touch from Sig. The receive and not to go straight from Sig there.
Big response in game number 3 and the most pivotal part of this series from the start of our Swiss bracket. But that demo opens it up as Illusion leaves it on a platter and Drees closes the deal.
Oh, you're making some good plays, but you give one back in return. You let Optic back into the game, and Illusion says, yeah, I know you can take it up towards Very careful here.
That's a dangerous shot, cutting it right down to the point of contact. Optic applying the pressure and a big demo that can open up the back line. It certainly does. The net is open, and Optic have game 3.
Oh, that's tough. That one stings if you are Senbei strikers. You played a good game. You finally found a way through, but missed.
That midfield line for the moment. And finally, we'll send up Tenhao. Can he maintain possession? Well, he gets a win and leaves it up to his teammate. Great shot. It sneaks its way around and Realize gives them the lead.
Big smash from Realize out of the side. This is good positioning and just takes a very favorable hop on that challenge. I mean, that's just being positioned
well. The touch. And these chippy challenges from Senbei have kept Optic up in the air, burning boost.
It's been a good way to make sure. Oh, but the net's wide open. Oh, Tenhao, I don't even think he knew that this one was coming. We'll have to take a look. So off the corner, Yeah, he's not even thinking about driving back to net. He's just like, yeah, I'll find a way to figure it out. And then
No. Can Senbei find the clear with 5 seconds to go? Ball still alive on the orange side of the field. Dries following in. Great touch. Backboard. Optic alive. Still up for anyone's ball. A touch. A chance. It's good from Illusion. And Optic take the series 4-0.
Oh, they get a huge bump here on the net. Look at Tenhao, gets clipped on the way up. Doesn't have a clean approach on the ball. And who's there to drive it home? The old faithful Illusion. Optic gonna take this one in 4.
Love the club. Yeah, exactly. They're such a popular team. For the ones that really know about them, look at them come forward again. Not afraid to attack at all. It's a flick from KV1. Gets the club the opening goal in this series.
Striking through the sweethearts of Fort Worth. KV1 takes it onto his own hood. Can flick it over the top of Arsenal.
Save from Team Queso in winter.
Yeah.
Then we had that kick-off moment that I'm sure they're sick to death of us talking about down in London in spring. So they'll have to build upon that experience. And Arsenal, he's got the experience to put that one away.
Arsenal, the player that has had a couple of glow-ups, a couple of glow-downs, but with all of that control, KV1 being faked out as Arsenal waits beneath you. He doesn't really know whether to get hyped up and get pumped and get loud, or whether actually, it's better for him and the team to be a little bit more demure. But dropping it down from Lost, a brilliant double tap. The club, the lead again.
This is why he's so highly rated. He wasn't the most hyped player in this team. It was KV1, the 1v1 master, but Lost is just so good.
That's lovely.
In these tight
Getting the
situations.
3, and then the reverse sweep trend is going to continue. But like you say, best of 7, a huge amount of games that you have to win to be going through. Rettles manages to use that pace, and the goalie on the line stays grounded irresponsibly.
Yeah, Spacestation, their decision making though when they're in these attacking moments is the chance to come in. Daniel gets the ball on the boost.
Bit of a pre-jump, has to make the goal as small as he can, and does so fantastically. Astromic getting in the way again of that ball, but Arsenal is not going to be caught out twice. The opportunity presented itself to him. It was a good chance for that block by Astromic, but Arsenal, look at that positioning, up incredibly quickly. 23
First game. First time they would have taken a first game in an opening series at a major in, not ever. At least this season. And there a strike, that one's over the top though. Wow! This game just keeps going one side to the next.
Wrestling that ball home. That's on the right-hand wing, Lost to that backboard. Daniel actually missed jumping, and then it just bobbling over the top of the defense.
Actually open the door for the rest of this series, especially the way they've won it. Both teams taking the lead, both teams losing it straight away. Good play all round. Rettles there with the air dribble. Oh! And how's that one gone in?
Oh, that is nasty. Rettles shouting towards the crowd and towards the club. Let's go. Onto that top corner. What a wonderful touchdown.
Just about got away from the club, but Spacestation Gaming still continuing to put this pressure on, and that demo will help.
Yeah, and it absolutely pays off as Daniel can slow play it, and Rettles diving through the opposition gets 1 demo to begin with on KV1. Lost gets faked out a little bit, and then Rettles getting the bumps on the...
He's keeping it on Spacestation Gaming pressure. Astromic is up now. It's a flip reset, but this is not quite working for the club this time. Rettles a shot, which finds its way in off the post.
A cheeky ricochet on the right-hand side. Astronomy just a weak touch. Arsenal was there to just poach the ball away.
Looking well on top of them here.
Chance to work out from their backside though. Astromic flipping central. We wanted to get a touch on that. The fake coming in, and Lost manages to punt the ball into the back of the orange side net. Arsenal faking out that touch, and it just leaves the entire Space Station defense a little bit bedraggled.
Completely changed that for them, and suddenly they're in the attack. I just don't want to see them rushing things and overcommit.
Good chance for the double from Astromic, but instead falling to Arsenal to save. It was a great save as well, but Lost is able to get another one. A few goals on the trot for Lost as well. Astromic can't get that touch, but again, the aerial fakes coming in, and Arsenal with the in and out.
PlayStation Gaming didn't score in that last game, despite having 9 shots, and a lot of them good ones as well, and still they can't break through, but maybe it's an overcommit here from the club. Daniel's coming in, and Daniel will put it away. Space Station needed that.
Astromic fancied that corner boost more than he should have done. He overflipped, thought that the error wasn't going to be there, thought it might roll up nicely. Does not quite get the touch he wanted to, needed that soft angle in the middle. Lost as well receiving the pass from KV1. Team plays looking much, much better. The inside post bounce, finding KV1, and it's ones across the board.
For KV1 as well, there it is. It works out pretty perfectly there for the club. Just when I was starting to think their mechanics was starting at the end there. I thought Daniel made the wrong decision going for the backboard, but for some reason, Lost missed it. Maybe he was concentrating elsewhere, but Spacestation Gaming have started the overtime better, so much better. They've started it perfectly. Daniel is amazing.
You leave the backboard undefended once, it's fine. You do it twice, and Daniel is going to punish you.
Risky play for KV1 to move up towards, and rightly decides it's not worth that risk just yet. They've got 3 games in front of them. Lost, can he put this one away? Oh! The finish is actually helped along by SSG.
Lost managing to get yet more onto the percentage of the goal participation. Astromic going onto the backboard. Lost shoots low on an open net.
Last game in that exact position. So the club are learning what Spacestation Gaming are trying to do. And they have the lead. It hasn't happened too many times in this series. But just as they say that, the ball bounces to Rettles, and he has the reflexes to send it away.
Stressing the defense time and time again. It's just Daniel wanting to get those tiny touches, get some bumps, just trying to make
on them all the emphasis on the attack. But I've been doing okay, but when Daniel gets control of the ball, looks so much more dangerous. But that's a huge challenge from Lost, and he's chasing it up.
Lovely.
And Arsenal's demoed, and the club get their lead back.
The perfect counter-attack. You see Astromic having a giggle as well. Lost just has to pre-jump it. KV1 removing Arsenal from the pitch, and still
really that emphasis going into the start of the game. Lost takes a decent touch, but Daniel's next. Arsenal a huge demo on Astromic. Daniel's coming in, he beats KV1, does him for pace, gets Spacestation Gaming the lead, and that will just relieve so much pressure. That balloon that was about to pop, it's just opened up a little bit, and it's via a bump, it's via a demo. Still not easy for them. And the club will, I'm sure, make it as difficult for them as possible, but Arsenal is making it look pretty easy, waltzing through the defense. Rettles follows up. Rettles doubles Spacestation Gaming's lead, but it was all the work of Arsenal. We said that this man was the improviser. He is the one who makes it up as he goes along. He's always Spacestation Gaming, such a good team at playing when they're in front though. They're just frustrating the life out of the club. KV1 puts in a pass to Astromic, and again the club do break through.
A little bit of deflation on the side of Spacestation Gaming. They don't want to be letting it go, but that is mirrored. Sorry, rather the opposite of that over on the side of the club where they're remaining. Astromic isn't able to get another one. Arsenal teaming up with Rettles, as he has done for a very long time now. Can't get a goal out of it this time, however. Lost going high over the top. How does he dodge that bump?
That is why this man has so much hype behind him. Look at this. Didn't have all the boost in the world, and he used every ounce of it to get that start. Get the next touch. Daniel's missed it. He's missed a couple on the backboard and both backboards in the last little while.
But does manage to, whip round immediately.
No way.
Get those demo in.
No way.
You are gross, mate.
Who needs backboard play? Who needs the ball, Stumpy? Who needs to hit the ball? Just tap it.
Well, Dignitas is in good shape.
Maybe looking for those midfield challenges and a lot of isolated plays for Dignitas, but the infield passing has been phenomenal as of late, and so has the redirect game from apparently Jack to kick this one off.
Nice play from Dignitas in general. Scrub just trying to make sure that he can beat Gladiators to the ball, and Appjack, that's a beautiful lift out and towards the middle. Didn't really care if it went in, probably was going to afford to give away for free. You're going to have to at least put a hand up and contest some of those challenges early on, as Jorius will find his way downfield and a potential chance for an open net. It's very easy for Scrub Killa to make it 2-0. Number 2 for Dignitas in short order as well, and they're all over the Gladiators defense. Everybody expecting Jorius to go for a touch there, try and push it around the corner.
He just a very relaxed pace from Dig. They haven't been overcommitting themselves to the corners, haven't been trying to establish those infield passes. It's been just about keeping possession when they can, and with that, they will find themselves the 3rd goal with a minute 8 to play.
Game is easy when you make some nice challenges. Appjack keeping the ball close, and LCT trying to get an aggressive challenge to try and find a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-2
team starting off today. And for Dignitas, if you're a fan of this roster, you're pretty happy with the results so far in Game 1. But could this be a goal? A chance?
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
Really nice job here for Max Yu. Doesn't overthink it. Out towards the ceiling, Appjack. I think he was so focused on Commutator who's coming over, and he just ended up
confident as ever. Clear will be back out from apparently Jack, and he'll continue on.
Well, that might be in.
And that should be Appjack closing the deal, 4-1.
It's about as you'd expect. Unfortunately, Gladiators have to push really hard here, try and find a way to get themselves a little bit of time to maybe have 1 or 2 shots on target.
The offense is going. Even if Dignitas reads it, we don't care. But now is the time to figure it out in Game 2 on Aquadome. A minute burned, and Jorius will find the first goal.
That's the problem there. I'm not really too sure how you can fix this one from Gladiators. It's a little side touch. It's not a bad idea, but when you have 2 people committing for the ball and they just don't make contact on a decent enough. Dignitas camped out around this corner, just really putting Gladiators through their paces, and no one's going to be able to come up with a touch, and apparently Jack going to collect the second goal.
I mean, this is about as easy as it gets. Big bump through the corner, no one in the center, and a miss leads way to an open net.
And they really right in front of that net, then they tap the brakes and really force Gladiators to make sure that they're not over-committing to the other of the net, as here they come, that's off the bottom, and Scrubkilla will make it 3 for Dignitas.
This is all set up by Jorius playing patiently on the pop and does enough to get it off the backboard, and Scrubkilla comes up for the insurance policy. It's 3-0 Dig.
Dignitas is happy to jump all over.
Well, one of the most notable aspects of this game, at least the series alone, it's been taking Gladiators so much time, and what a back touch, as apparently Jack will find the goal, but this beautiful setup downfield, it's stuff like this that makes Dignitas who they are.
Maxi is just like, bruh, I control of the play and the situation and the ball to do really whatever you want. And with people who don't quite have that same ability, this is what happens.
The best attempt on that counterattack from Gladiators was the redirect in the offensive third, but they just couldn't find the target. As Appjack will skate it downfield uncontested and win the race against the safety.
Try and make the adjustment, increasing pace of play, and you got slapped even harder than you did in game 1. I mean, this was a tough one to swallow, as that one gets through Maxiu as well, is getting a little antsy about maybe getting demoed, and they're going to put in 6 in the end of game 2. You can see Maxiu, you can see Scrubkilla coming, he's like, oh boy.
So, as off the opening kickoff, it will be Dignitas again. Jorius clearing it from his own back line and finds another open net yet again. Dignitas take advantage of a slip up from Gladiators, and the opening goal was the way of Dig.
Oh boy. That's another open net there, Spaceman. Just to get some type of distance down on the other side. It is still within 1, so even if this hasn't...
Is it?
No.
Is it?
It is not within 1.
Are you sure about that?
I take that back immediately, in fact. That kick off the corner is just brutal, and apparently Jack able to make the adjustment on the ball, not bouncing off.
That's in our net.
That's in, I guess. That's tough.
So is that demo. That leads way to Jorius' possession. Right back to Jorius, maybe down to Appjack. It will be the infield passing for a 3-0 lead.
They let this kickoff go back to their own half, and Jorius is just figuring, okay, where am I going to go? And Scrub's like, I'm open on the left, and like, okay, I'm going to run straight up the middle, just throw it, we're down 2. And then the kickoff happens, you give up a second one, it's like, okay, game 3's chalked. Just like that.
I'm trying to remember, because this kind of series is a bit homogenous. It's all coming together. Have we seen Gladiators score yet?
No. Yes. One time. 53 seconds, game 1, Maxiu.
All right. Well, at least you have that going. It's all blending together right now, because Dignitas are just... You know, it's tough for Gladiators. This is certainly a matchup that made in favor of them mechanically, speed of play for sure, and they've tried to make adjustments. They really have. But they are running into the old esports adage of, we're playing a team that's clearly better than us, and right now we have no answer. They're getting absolutely dumpstered on.
Yeah. Sometimes. I think Dignitas, if you're thinking, guys, we need to go back to basics here, and like you play a tight series against Gladiators, you might... Oh boy. That's that. Okay, that was essentially the same play that they did on that kickoff out to the side, but this time they did it in the air.
I mean, it's the exact same without the demo. It's just you beat the back line and...
Cause for concern.
Sure.
And Gladiators right now, ooh, this one, you really do... Oh, and now they're going to do it the same way, but this kind go to the right side of the pitch. All right, 7-0. Whenever you guys are ready, you can just drive it up the side wall and air dribble back and forth for 30 seconds. We don't need another one. For the sake of the sanctity of the per 5-minute stat category, we have to reach 0-0.
We have to, because Direct will not allow it any other way. And Brazil is possible. Gladiators finally get something, and it is something. It is a gold nonetheless.
Oh, the triple, the triple jump, and they just throw themselves at 8 demos, and you don't hold some type of offensive like edge on that game.
I mean, there's always a conversation for a goal that could fall through. LCT finally gives Gladiators a lead, and that is a well-deserved smile.
And Appjack just trying to give a little ground, is a little bit of a weak touch, and LCT applying the pressure. Long clears that you're seeing in game 1, where Dignitas had that very deep set rotation, willing to bring the ball down on an air dribble or something, and that's an equalizer. Apparently, Jack, I think Maxiu and LCT collided with each other on the opposite end. I'd have to look again. I know they were both over there in that corner, but I don't know if they hit each other, even if it's ultimately been a fruitless endeavor.
and needs more help. Like, granted, he's gotten a couple of redirects through the corners, but there hasn't been possession for long. And how many times have we watched this series go forward where there's been a gap in the back line and nobody deep back to watch the cross? It's been open for Dig.
Yeah, and apparently Jack just has his man beat there, and that's just the lack of it. Thank you very much.
Well, when a team is down 3-0, it can feel like there's an acquiescence to kind of roll over and say, well, we can only do so much. But in this instance, we've seen them get an opening goal. But after that, that was their best stretch of Rocket League they played in this entire series. It's been all of Dignitas yet again.
Oh, such command from Jorius. Jorius is mad he didn't score that. That's something I think that Moist in general has absolutely got down, because they're three incredibly mechanically talented players as well. And they said they focused a lot on communication as well, and Dignitas coming out here, if you're going to sit there and pick one thing to focus on, I think mechanics for all three of you guys is a brilliant option.
It's a great read on the bounce. I think I want to win this
thing.
thing.
I think I'm going to win this thing.
Great cross,
oh,
open
it's
net,
open.
And that one is up the middle. Another goal scored.
I mean, this is just Gladiators trying to stretch this one, trying to get back in it. Because obviously, I mean, they're trying to win things. They're trying to get themselves into a position 2-5, all right, 3 goals down.
To not game from triple committing, but in this instance, we don't do it often. I think it's fair to say that this series is being wrapped up relatively quickly. I think this series is done.
I think you may be correct, Spaceman. Scribkill is scoring uncontested here out of the corner. Beautiful pass to himself, to be quite honest. That is a... But then you get into games 2 and 3, and you are absolutely crushing Gladiators. Do you get a little bit lazy and you're like, yeah, now we're going to go for those backboard reads and the crazy triple tap, flip reset stuff? Does that detract at all?
I think old Dignitas would have, but after what we heard from apparently Jack and the vibe they had at the London Major, that substantial of a lead, did they start getting rid of?
It's like, do you still, does that detract a little bit from the identity of what you're trying to cultivate, where you're just like, it doesn't matter, we're winning?
I mean, yeah, you stick to the game plan, but I think in this instance, given the fact that it's...
For KCorp is going to be crucial.
Both these teams, of course, putting a heavy emphasis on getting a great start as that pitch is in, and the defender, Zazonic, gets a little gift.
And look at that. You see some space there. Zazonic, a nice turn. Itachi tries to get a piece of the ball, but it's
not able to make any contact. They leave an opportunity on the table, but 0-1 doesn't have a lot to work with. They're hemmed in their own zone, and it's only a matter of time. Itachi ties the game.
This is a good look here for Itachi. You can just see him just waiting to get involved. Astro just gets past the entire defense, leaves the net as open as possible, and Itachi.
There for 0-1, they do clear the zone, and the spacing for them probably, Daz, could be a little bit better as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you see Astro there, Astro's gonna catch him out. Beautiful work from the Belgian as he gets the lead for KCorp.
It's almost like KCorp was just lulling them to sleep, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, by the way, Astral still got his flip. Caught him off
guard. The shot
guard.
could have been actually a lot better. I mean, the opportunity, though, to present itself is one thing, but they gotta finish. Meanwhile, Astro looking to finish again! Astro gives KCorp a 2-goal lead.
You can have all the confidence in the world, and it doesn't matter if you can't stop this guy. Nolly sets him up at this level.
Not at all. Meanwhile, you see Astro once again in the air. You have to not, I mean, you can't let this guy warm up.
That might be safe.
You can't let this guy warm up. Astro having a game here. Look at that carry. Gets the flip reset. And the defense just can't get back in time. Astro. Almost a follow-up there from Itachi, but Itachi instead will bring this back to Noli, and KCorp will start all over again. The offense is just like a machine at this point. Another goal as they kick off game 2.
What a win by Nolly in the air, getting his first goal of the series and starting it off in game 2 on Aquity. Not a lot in the tank, but enough to get by 1. Mawson is there, but Ams kind of tied up with Itachi. And another dunk from Astral makes it 2-0.
That's a really good challenge from Astral. I mean, you see again that double commit. This looks like a strong clear from Zazonics happening, but Astral with the read, top right by 2 halfway through this game. Everything seems to be working for them.
I believe it was one of Nolly's former teammates, Zensis, that would wear the Dunk Master title. Mawson getting a big win here out of the kickoff, 0-1, getting the great equalizer, gets him back within 1 at least, right at the halfway mark.
I mean, but that's still, I mean, for Mawson, like, just a little bit too aggressive on the cheap play. And now, another kickoff in favor. That's a good beat. Does he have the double? Does he get the drop? Zazonics able to get there for the tie.
How
How about Zazonic being incredibly aggressive? Austin, I mean, that's a great read by Itachi. Put himself in the only spot. Trying to get around Astral. He has, but Nolly's right there. Good team defense out of KCorp.
Oh!
Now Nolly was in the way. Itachi's there to follow it up. And they go less than 30 seconds. KCorp survives a scare in game 2.
I mean, this was a scare on both sides, right? Noli almost ended up blocking that shot. Thankfully, Itachi.
What KCorp might be giving them. Itachi got bumped there, but there is Astral again. Nolly going after Zazonic. Bumped him out of the way. Astral scores 1-0.
Beautiful bump there from Noli downfield. Again, Astral with a lot of space. Noli's looking at Zazonic. No, see you later. That's going in your net. I mean, KCorp will have to take this from their own back wall.
This series started out so aggressive and so physical from 0-1. Hasn't been this case, but there's Ams with the double tap. Bang, bang, tie game.
Look at this. First off, the catch is great. Great first touch, has space, sees the defense, and uses that perfectly to line himself.
They look like a team that has had plenty of practice as they continue to hold their own against KCorp, but sometimes something like that happens. Nolly just has this shootout like a cannon, and there's nothing 0-1 could do.
I mean, it's a heater of a pass, and I mean, he matched that energy with the shot. You see it?
And send the house. Here's an opportunity sent away by Nolly, and now Zazonic has to go all the way back. That was dangerously close to the net. They didn't have a good read on that ball at all. Astral is there, and KCorp 10 seconds away from getting on match point.
Yeah, you can see the misread, how much that affected the team. Zazonic couldn't get a read on it. Him and Monson go for the same ball, and it's an easy shot for you. But the tournament will still continue on. First goal there for Zazonic, and 0-1 on the board.
Zazonic single-handedly, just a little bit slower on the kickoff, and it worked out perfectly. Help his teammates score. And he does both exceptionally well. Almost identical scoring and assist totals, but nothing on the defensive end can stop Mawson as he goes right through the defense of KCorp like a hot knife through butter.
They weren't expecting the flip, blocking everything. A demo comes out, but still enough time bought here. And Astral will take to the skies. We'll try one more time. Has the flip, uses it, and it's in! Astral scores with 11 seconds left.
Nolly 3 shots, Itachi I think had 1. Astral hadn't had an official shot on target until this. Finally gets through.
Hey, they figured out how to stop them from putting on a lot of different shots. They figured out how to play past them with their individual performances. But Astral, it doesn't matter. He's gonna force it through for the first goal.
He will drag his teammates kicking and screaming across the finish line if he must. There are just some times where Astral will just...
As he takes this to the wall, off the ceiling, but Monson quick to get into the air. They've seen him do that so many times, they want to shut it down. Can they stop Itachi? No! That one goes in. KCorp up by 2.
Another of these threats that you have to contend with. Nolly, inch perfect pass for Itachi to go up, trying to find a crack in the blue wall, and there's none to be found.
Yeah, that's the real tough part. Here's a drop down chance. Follow-up from Monson goes in.
As I said, none to be found whatsoever.
Look at this. Gets the demo, and after that, everything's just open. Astral and Noli both racing back as fast as... Now's the perfect time.
Can they stop Astral from pulling this back out of reach? Nolly, he gave it away, and Ams will score. 0-1 ties it.
What happened here? It's full control. Could have brought this up the wall. You see the first touch, and then next thing you know, it just all falls apart when it hits that.
Irrelevant. KCorp not panicking at all. Willing to make the selfless play. Will somebody take over and put this game out of reach? Astral got it at the end. It's Nolly's shot that might have KCorp up for good.
And you saw Itachi go for the demo. You saw Monson with the corner boost. It was an open look at the net. Able to get a piece of that. They went with the hard cheat stacks. And they got to keep this ball up. Moving up the field. Monson has to get a beat here. Does beat out Noli. Am's able to keep this one in the air. This isn't gonna hit the ground. Monson has no boost though, gets the flick up high. Ams plays this off the sidewall. Follow-up chance off the backboard. There's the shot, but it's blocked out. KCorp able to take that one.
Who better than Astral and Itachi right there to make the final stop, and a big sigh of relief.
Now we're not going for that one. At least they showed how confident they are as that one goes off the side of the wall. This is what we're expecting to see from the Pirates. They may have the goal. It took no time whatsoever. Goal down. Let's start focusing on games.
Okay, the goal's down. Let's see if they can keep on to this. Honestly, credit to Darth here. The way he takes it through the corner, gets Torment to
them, but they are currently under quite a bit of pressure from V1.
Oh boy, that double commit on the line got me a little bit scared. The good thing is, well, I was going to say, it looks like they're starting to get a bit more collected. Caster Curse, we're about a minute into this one. That's not the greatest start for me, at least, and definitely not for the Pirates.
Darth managed to do about a 720 trying to find his position on the field. They could get the ball out of their own side of the field because, yes, V1 weren't putting anything together. They didn't have to. Pirates didn't seem like they had great ideas, so they were going to get rid of it. Oh, come!
Okay.
All right, fantastic assist. He knew that was happening all the time, and that is now 2-1.
Okay, that was probably the scariest play I've ever seen from Com. I'm glad that it worked out for them, but for a second there, Skill Steal just kind of had to stutter step on the line, figure out where eventually version 1 will crack, and even while saying that, I'm realizing how difficult of a statement that actually is. Right now, they are playing decently, but with only about 75 seconds on the clock and a third goal going in for version 1, they might be kissing their chances of game 1 goodbye.
Beautiful pass in field, and they still kept the play going. You want to become masterful recently of just knowing when to take that.
The reality is that version 1, they've pretty much sealed the deal here on game number 1. They brought out the chisels, they set in stone, and oh my word, they might even be able to add to the masterpiece. 4-1 here with 1 second to go. And this is kind of what we expected out of game number 1. Pirates start off a little bit strong, but as time goes on, version 1 finds their comfort.
If you want the big win here, though,
thus far, not really. They haven't really had any possession at this point. Snowy going to try and take this one out to midfield. Decent 50-50, but Beast Mode definitely wins that. Sends it off the backboard. Who is there? None other than Com. And version 1, just about a minute into the game, already strike.
Com was having none of this race. He knew he was going to be the quicker one. And still had Beast Mode to contend with.
They did not concede another goal here. They keep it at 1-0 with about 3 minutes to go. Drop down pass, though, looking beautiful, if not for the fact that Darth got in the way. Speaking of drop down, there's another one. Second time's a charm, and finally, Com will find a second for version 1.
I think Fireburner gave them a task that I want to see a drop down pass go. I don't care how often you have to do it. We are going to find the way to get
jumping the entire thing. Eventually floats down, but just saves his flip for long enough to where he can get in the way. Speaking of getting in the way, though, this one off the backboard could be a shot. Skill Steal puts it into the top right. And the Pirates find a response with about 100 seconds to go.
I got left hanging there.
That's unfortunate.
Considering you got a goal that good from that angle. The after is now got off the wall. Beast Mode, only as far as Snowy. Snowy tries to set up. Where's his teammate? Darth beat to it. Beast Mode waits. He should turn that one in, and he will. 2-goal lead reestablished. And Pirates are going to have to go for the chase.
I appreciate what they were doing here, though. We said keep up with the pace of play. Darth trying to go for a bit of a pre-jump there, get in the way of the ball, or at least get a 50-50. We need to see out of the Pirates, and although it is not necessarily working out for them here in game 1 and 2, we got a long series ahead of us. We still got 3 and 4 at minimum, and potentially more if we keep on going. But as Com puts in a 4th goal, we have the same scoreline as game number 1, so still a little bit of work to be done.
These drop-down passes are beautiful. It's so difficult. He's going to hit this on the backboard. He's going to go for the double tap. As I don't know what sort of kickoff I can describe that one as, V1. It looked like you somehow managed to hit the player that was cheating up, and that does give Pirates their 3rd goal of the series. I don't think I've ever seen a kickoff that badly worked.
No, and especially considering the fact that their adjustments did not
quite come off. Pirates, 2 players to aim for. Unfortunately for them, neither of them got the ball, and it is going to end with a victory for V1. But Pirates, they're showing up here. This, I would maybe be a bit risky for me to say this, but this is going better for them than I think a lot of people.
Especially from Beast Mode in particular, but right now it's just kind of the Beast Mode and Com show. They're working on their 2-team passing plays, and it's working out well. Speaking of which, there we go early on. The back and forth pinball action in front of the net, and version 1 score within 8 seconds.
It's the sort of position that you're going to see Torment in a lot throughout this. Get the 2 passing plays going, and then what does and doesn't work. And this has certainly been the game to see where about those limits are. As do we have the redirect? No, we do not. Torment gets credited with a goal, but it was the feint out that put the defense in the wrong spot.
All right, listen, a fake's a fake, and the reality is, especially for the Pirates who haven't seen this yet so far in this series, that cannot be
saved. V1 putting the plays together.
You got to give credit, though. The Pirates seemingly holding... Okay, never mind. Caster Curse shows itself yet again, and honestly, it's a beautiful play for it to show on Beast Mode. Cherry picks out of midfield, and my, oh my, what a touch.
I think this is one that you might have got used to.
I think a big thing to note here for the Pirates, for those of you unaware of the background for the Pirates and how this has kind of gone in SSA, there have been 2 to 3 teams that, oh my word, have threatened them. Speaking of threatening, what on earth is this setup out of beast mode? I'll get back to my point in a while because we just got to admire what we just saw. Whew.
This is the reason why
you should be looking at the entirety of the roster. Darth and Skillsteel are very skilled players, and unfortunately, they couldn't quite represent themselves here in game number 3. And speaking of representing yourself, how about beast mode? Tally on another. Second goal for this player here, and all of a sudden, it's a 5-0 scoreline, shutting out the Pirates in game number 3.
Double commit. Unfortunately, none of the contact.
Decent touch, not going to be enough though, as version 1 head right back into offense. Touch to the backboard. Beast mode is going to be able to read it. No, but Calm shot on target and into the top left. Version 1 with an outpouring of aggression, and it nets them the first goal.
I don't know if you've heard this complaint from me just yet, but a little bit too far forward.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Just
know what's coming next. There's oh
no.
Colin Stumpy, I hope you weren't watching that. That was prime doinking position. Hey! You know what? I'll forgive you for that one. Number 4, Skillsteel gets this back up to a 1-1 game.
Oh, it's such a nice touch out of Darth too. Not too aggressive, not too powerful. They know that Torment
we can put them off. And we don't need everybody at back all the time, but we do see Com yet again goes for the backboard double tap. He's almost got it. Now for the follow and the lead re-established by Torment.
All right, I got to watch this one back and understand because somebody drove out of net. Snowy's in the net, can't go for the first one. Darth commits as well. Trying to figure out where that other player was. Unfortunately for the Pirates, it's something we've seen a couple of times.
You saw the ball roll back down and the ball control was suddenly got so much easier for the defender to deal with. Not like that.
No.
I just heard the soul leave my co-commentator here.
Yeah, that's that one's a little bit heartbreaking there, especially considering Skillsteel. You kind of just got to leave the ball alone. You don't have a good angle. There is not a bad performance by any stretch of the imagination. The reality is that in their competitors in SSA, in Bravado, they were not able to get a goal till multiple games into the series. They come out the gates, get the first goal of the game. They keep it competitive the entire way through. Although version 1 take this one.
Here's the thing, if Pioneers are going to be stuck in their own half, obviously they've managed to get out of it with those clears, and look at them controlling the pace. Super lucky. That's some accuracy.
We've seen some overextensions from Scrub, but he's able to cut it down right back into the lane, puts it on a platter, and Super Lucky takes advantage of space. It was good defense from Veloce. Played through the corner.
Here we go.
Jason Wing, you have members in front on the center, but again, it'll be a little bit too high off the backboard. Cut down and no extra follow-up from Veloce. They have the boost to be able to meet this ball, but they don't have the positioning in the moment.
You got the fake.
With a great fake. Is it going to roll in? Yeah, it probably will. It's a 2-0 lead for
Oh
KCP.
my word, look at this play. You get the flip reset, fake, Impressive goes above, expecting a touch, then Super Lucky past the second, the third gets bumped out of the
What an underdog Cinderella story could be for both these teams, but KCP again. KCP playing some of their better Rocket League that we've seen as of late.
Oh my.
Playing the better angle off the backboard. It's way too easy for KCP.
Yeah, and this space right here created a lot from, I believe that was, yes, Banana Head getting that initial touch into the midfield. Scrub patiently waiting for the miss off the backboard. And
playing it off the back wall. Is anyone else around? No. Here comes SMW potentially for a chance, but he misses the hit. And wait a minute, this might be an open net. Not enough boost. The pass is there, the shot as well. KCP, 2-0 lead.
This is ridiculous. I've seen so many moments where Banana Head specifically has no boost. The midfield boost absolutely gone. What does Banana Head do? He keeps on the ball. Very tenacious, willing to...
And if you recognize that in your Pioneers, you're trying to get back out to midfield as quickly as possible.
Those opportunities, so few and far in between. And here's another one for Senzo. Now it's within 1.
And that's a big goal because not only does it stop the monotonous push the Pioneers had going, but it breaks up that trend where finally you get some respect back in midfield. You get a long goal, and all of a sudden, the essence that we can't afford to take those shots from the midfield. Deny that feeling. Go for those extra challenges. You might find something sweet if you go for the challenge.
There it is.
There it is again. This Banana Head shuts up the critics very quickly. It's 3-1. A lead continues for KCP.
And it's the best possibly timed demo you could ask for. Taking out the goalkeeper. Shot comes on instantly after. And of course, all the boost, the clears have to find a teammate downfield because Pioneers, there's always one person right behind the ball waiting, cherry picking. This could be it. The one shot, and it's finally accurate. Impressive hits it.
I mean, he clears in the lane, and that's a great bump off the back wall. Senzo follows the play, takes out Scrub. Pick your poison on the net.
Yep.
1,000 opportunities, and he should have possession.
I think a lot of people, even the desk, were talking about the Pioneers and that series against BDS in the spring major. Was it a fluke? Was it something that was calculated? Senzo, this was certainly calculated. What a shot.
And great read from the back corner. This is why timeouts are great. You get a chance just to breathe. And a redirect from Senzo. Catch the defense.
Still Pioneers transitioning rather nicely still looking to get out there on half.
I'm looking at the boost consumption for KCP. It's quite nice back up to midfield.
Oh, the demo.
Great demo, and there it is. It's so easy. 2 games in a row.
The timing has always been flawless with the defensive game, and then move out forward with a demo, catch him off guard, and then boom, you've got yourself a free
to make that Cinderella run. If it does happen, even more credit to you. But as of now, still fighting for possession.
Okay.
Off the back wall, a chance. Impressive, just folds it right over. And Veloce steal themselves a lead.
And there was a third element here with Senzo taking the boost, getting aggressive, and probably making the defense shake a little bit. Banana had to do a little bit more of a rotation. Couldn't get the play. That initial shot and first goal for Veloce was incredible. Then to come out, get some aggressive plays, demos, and then speaking of mechanics, here comes one of the best passes I think we've seen all day.
My man just jumped from the back
Look at that.
to slow that one. Banana Head puts it away.
You don't even see him coming.
Can't run from the onset.
Hey, that shot on target. The last man rotating in. Picture perfect timing. Gets the save, but they're still stuck on defense space, man. Maybe a double tap could end things, and it does. 6 minutes into OT, and Banana Head puts this beauty in.
That's a grueling OT winner, and the golden goal goes to KCP. 3-2, the ridiculous double tap from Banana Head high off the left post. Bounces off the corner, and now the ball is alive for anyone's grabbing, but we see how things play out for the moment. Great follow-up, falls all the way in. Banana Head gives Pioneers a lead.
This is the creativity that is simply on another level in comparison to Veloce. When are we seeing these types of mechanics come out from anybody on the opposition?
You gotta keep this up.
This is it, the final few seconds. Veloce, 1 goal, keep this ball alive. It does bounce up, there's a chance. We've got some possession, from Veloce, but quickly denied from Scrub. And then almost gets the follow-up. It's a fake, and the ball does drop down. Pioneers take the series.
Sweeps all throughout the day, and another one here on the main stage as Kansas City Pioneers.
Nitty-gritty of this one, and we have seen Senbei with a lot of offense to start us off. No real chances to follow it, but this might be their first, and it certainly will be. Goal for Casio, as Team Secret run out of players on the goal line.
Yeah, great finish by Casio here. The corner well pass finds him in the middle, times his arrival to perfection.
Just look a step or two behind, and this is where you start to look towards the boost amounts. Can't afford to start running low. As well, that's, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you mentioned it there, looking at the boost amounts. Well, looks like they were aware of the potential problem that boost could pose, but Math turns to grab the back corner, expecting Sad chasing him down from behind.
Yeah, and if we know anybody is going to be able to transition the ball, it is Shosset. For any criticisms that can be levied across them. Oh, okay. This, shall we say, there's been a couple of whoopsies from either side to start us off.
Indeed, that is a big blunder from Casio. He thought he could get up the back wall and have on these in this setting. You know, the few teams today have been shaky in the opening game, and I think this is really beneficial that they've got the wild card. It's going to be 3 exotic punches, another one in for Semper. It didn't take much. Casio just lobs it down the middle. There's a gap at the back once again for Team Secret. Math going early on the pre-jump. Slow shot.
Team bump over in the corner that invites Semper right back in. This is not the Team Secret that I and many others have got accustomed to seeing. They are being styled on by Semper.
I mean, Semper again are just efficiently beating their opponents to the ball. That's a great beat by Shosset. Demo connects from Casio as well, and an easy finish between the goals, but they can't have been expecting this strong of a start.
Here's Math, ends up leaving it for Night Shot, top bins.
Okay.
2 goals more needed, but Team Secret ramping up of the kickoff.
Yeah, Knight, key play there to demo his man before advancing. Looks like he actually did
this game with the result intact. And we'll ask, all right, what was Semper doing? Well, it was just good Rocket League. Fundamental Rocket League, doing it at their best. We do get the ball on the line, and Shosset will bundle the ball over, give them that 3-goal lead. And outside of a calamity, Semper should have this game won.
Yeah, with 1 minute to go, now it is pretty beyond.
And the accuracy not quite there. That is game 1 for Semper.
I'm expecting a pace change for game number 2 from Team Secret. That's a great goal to finish things off. Nothing more than consolation for the South Americans. With Semper's play style being just about consistency in the midfield, just trying throughout the season, teams have crumbled under the pressure of a reverse sweep at times when the vibes go wrong, but it's just good vibes and good goals from Semper. The kickoff goes in their favor. Casio able to get past Math here, and then 1v1 sat at the near post.
Casio didn't even have to slow down
If he had failed to make contact, it would have been a free shot for Semper. So he adapted well.
Oh, is that going to trickle in? Yes, it is. The lead doubled up by Semper. And despite Secret looking a mark better in game number 2, they also look a step behind.
I mean, that is just goes wide from Sad. So many chances, missing the target from Team Secret in this game. This is a game that they'll think they could have won. They finally got one on the board as they give Semper a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were looking at this, and if Secret got to the end of this game without a single goal, there would have been the major question of how, of the position and the chances that they have decided. But I feel like for both these teams, this is one of the massive ones, because this is the sort of standard of team that you are expecting to see. Maybe later on in the tournament.
Okay.
Perfect start from Knight.
17 seconds in. A huge infield pass from Sad connects with the Knight, who's stuck around in the Semper afterwards.
We discussed it an awful lot, especially when we see teams like G2, where, as we do get Casio,
it's open.
Just open as Exotic. He can turn around to them. Look, guys, it's my first World Championships. I just want to be comfortable.
He's padding the stats there, and he's credited Casio. He played third man perfectly earlier, just saw an
29 boost. What can he do with it? Unfortunately, not all that much. Probably in the position Exotic most wanted, but he still misplayed it. And that is not how I expected that one to play out.
Yeah, Chaussette just trusted Exotic to have something here. I think he was running away from Math as well. And he just got on the wrong side of the
quite far back. Pass to Casio. No, instead Exotic tasked with keeping the ball in play. Semper, 11-second shot on target!
Oh my!
Didn't even hit the 10-second countdown!
Oh, what a huge misplay by Team Secret. Sad darts out the net, joins his team in the corner. That means he's not able to contest it.
2-game deficit. Is it too late? It's all down to whether or not they can get the next goal. Exotic leaves it for Chaussette, goes for the net!
Oh!
And catches them out! Team Secret caught asleep!
Once again, all it takes is a simple shot. Chaussette with the air roll gets a ton of power. Conversation to make it out of wildcard and into the main event. We're all talking about Exotic coming in here. Well, Chaussette's played brilliantly. Casio's not really made any mistakes. They're down by 1 here. That's much better from Team Secret. Team Semper have another gear to go to, even if Secret do elevate.
Really like that though. Just made sure that they covered off the Team Secret. A reasonably quiet affair ever since that they got that opening goal. It's something that they will take. Maybe we'll get a little bit more loud as Casio smashes it in. 1-1.
A brilliant back post approach from Casio. Always knows that there's a chance the ball fires across the box quickly. He's ready for anything. Anyway, I don't know if they have, with how many easy chances they've squandered, how many big mistakes they've made in defense. They've got another one here, and they take it. Math puts in the second goal. Just like game 3, they've got their noses in front. Now, can they do what they didn't do in game 3 and keep it that way? Still had it gone in for 3-1.
I would rather they missed like that than put it at down the middle every single time. If you can save this, you're a legend. Oh no! We were pulling for you, Sad!
Oh, it was so close, but what a challenge by Chaussette to 50-50 the ball into the middle, and Exotic just did enough.
Can't get in front of the ball. It's rather unfortunate for him, out of boost. Casio though, daring towards a challenge. Is that going to go in? Yes, it is! Sweep for Semper!
What a goal by Casio to finish things off. That last touch absolutely necessary to beat Knight to the punch.